Well, for the people that don't know, my name is Zoe Da Roasta. I'm a native of Oakland, California. Grew up, born and raised, you know, a real street individual from the urban city, from the bricks, you know what I mean? And I'm also an artist, yeah, and an entrepreneur, business owner. You know, I was gone for about 4 years, and before I left, though, I would get a lot of calls to help assist in situations where there was no other outlet. So, you know, I might have been the last resort, but I always came through with what I said I could come through with. If I was given a call and I could help you out, then I helped out, you know what I mean? So now I come back and I see that this city still needs that voice and that power, you know what I mean? I'm an individual who's also highly respected and known in the city, in the surrounding cities, you know what I mean? So, you know, just being honest, my word carries a little weight or a lot of weight, depending on who you are, you know what I mean? But it's very important that you have individuals in that position that's able to, you know, change the dynamic of a situation and allow that situation to go from a negative to a positive. The situation with SOB and the other young brothers struck a chord with me. You know, I got a few calls about the situation, and you know, it was a sad situation because the fact that these individuals knew each other and were close at one point, and the only thing that transpired that I see there was a lack of communication on a lot of people's part. Well, I think they should really come together and have a conversation. I think they should have a conversation without it being volatile, without there being any type of, you know, negativity, speak their mind, and you know, just get past it. They got careers ahead of them that can save their lives, to help feed families, to employ individuals who you know what I'm saying, probably wasn't employed at the time. So you bringing money into your households and into your community. Why would you allow a misunderstanding to take a situation whereas somebody could die? You know what I mean? Because taking something from somebody is very serious. You know what I mean? It's just you don't do it unless you're actually ready to kill something. You know what I mean? So, and I'm just telling you from experience though, you know, taking stuff from people can get you murdered. You know what I mean? So I feel that they need to come together though and really just get an understanding of what's important. You know, I know for a fact that it will be resolved in a positive way because there's a lot of individuals involved. I know the fathers of one of the kids on one side, and I know the father of one of the kids on the other side. So it's like I'm in between the situation and I'm getting it from both sides on us putting a lot of energy into bringing this to a positive outcome. You know what I mean? So the way I would like to see it come out is, you know, just everybody learning from the situation, all the way to the individuals that are directly involved, and of course you guys also, because everybody knows the politics behind what transpired. Everybody has to take responsibility for where they were wrong at, and then make a conscious attempt to make sure that it doesn't happen again. You know what I mean? And then we also must make sure that these young kids got a real lesson. You know what I mean? They have to really understand the dynamics of what's going on. You know what I mean? And do better. You know, because it's all about communication. If you can't communicate, if you don't have the education or the understanding to be able to communicate, then that's when you could call on an individual like myself and say, hey man, I need to talk to these people, but I really don't know what to say to them. And then I could sit you down or I could go with you. You know what I mean? But we want to try to bring a positive outcome out of the situation and let anything else be the last resort. Well, it's very important. It's like I always say, though, it takes a village, right? So the fact that these kids are not my biological kids don't make them not my children. These kids are my kids just as well as mine is somebody else's when I'm not around. You know what I mean? So when we see them fumbling the ball, we gotta really teach them how to cuff that ball. You know what I mean? Cuff that ball, run through that hole, get to your destination. You know what I mean? So it's important to have individuals who are serious about wanting these kids to be educated about dealing with life situations. You know what I mean? Because all it is life. It's life. We're gonna live, we're gonna make mistakes, we're gonna fail, we're gonna prosper. You know what I mean? It's just all about how you deal with it. You know, that defines the man. So when you're growing up as a kid, growing to be a man, you have to have some type of tutelage. You have to have some type of guidance. You know, and it's very important for the older brothers and sisters to be a part of that growth. You know what I mean? And we have to really take it serious because we're failing at a miserable pace right now.